Hello everyone, it's Julie from Camelia Crafts Designs. I've got a cute little project for you today. It's an ideal way to add some extra journaling space to your junk journals. Yeah, it looks like a tag, or maybe it looks like a bookmark, but yeah, it is both those things, but it can also be an extra piece of journaling space. Yeah, it's a piece of journaling paper. We are going to be making these accordion tags. Yeah, well, it's just a piece of paper. I'm going to make it look like tags because we can. Why? Because we can. That's why. So, as you can see, I'm still on a mission to use up all my digital papers that I print off that I've not used. I always print more than I need. I know a lot of you do exactly the same. So I'm going to, yeah. Ooh, I like that one. Yeah, that's mine. You can get that free over on Buy Me a Coffee. That one, I think that's, I don't know, that it's Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. Lots of Artie May's ones because she's one of my favourites. But the point is, you use what you've got. If you don't have anything, that's where I got these from. Or if you want to know where I got the exact papers from, that's where most of them are from. So, which one am I going to use first today? I think I'll use a plainish one, because then we can decorate it. That one, believe it or not, well, you will believe it because I'm saying so. It started off as, that was just a plain digital, yeah, like that, just lined paper. The advantage with that is you get even more journaling space on this because you can journal on every side apart from that one little section there. So let's make one like that first. Which line? Do you know, I'm sure I've got one of them. Yes, I have. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to pretend I haven't folded that. So here's my piece of paper that I'm going to use. This is not a full sheet of paper. These were some smaller pages that I had cut out to make a small journal, and I didn't use them all. I'll measure it for you, even though there's no measuring required for this project unless you need to fit your tag to a particular size journal or pocket. That's 9¼ inches wide by roughly 6½ inches high. So my tag's going to be 6½ inches high. Now what I'm going to do is, that's the piece of paper, that's the way up I want it. Yeah, it's just plain on the back. So I want that on the outside. So I'm going to come in and fold that in half, like so. There you go. I'm going to bone fold my crease so it's a nice crisp crease. Yeah. Then I'm going to fold that over again. Nice crisp crease. Yeah, I was just making these just as fillers for a couple of journals I'm doing. Now fold that last piece over and give it a bone fold. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. I gave up my quest for perfection. I've slowly given it up as I've gone to love junk journaling more. It's not about perfection, is it? So that's my piece of paper, and that is going to be my tag. Yeah? Did I make that one shorter? I don't know. So I'm going to decorate that one up, and it's going to be very similar to that one. Now, there's two ways you can fold it. You can fold it like that to make the accordion tag, or if you've got a piece of paper, say this patterned one, let me grab one. Yeah, we'll use that. Say that. And you want a different part of it on the front. Depending on how you fold it, you could have that on the front. You could fold that in again. You could have that on the front, or that on the front. Or you could bring it back to an accordion fold and have that on the front. So any quarter section of that you can have on the front. I hope that made sense. So now I've got to decide which way I want this. I think I'm going to do this as a proper accordion one. I'm not sure what... Oh, I folded that in on itself in the end. Right. I'm just going to ink these edges. Oh, I'm not going to ink top yet because I want to chomp some edges off. Chomp some corners off, should we say. Yeah, no fancy tools needed for this. We're just going to use our trusty... I say credit card, it's a National Heritage membership card. I've chomped some corners off. Which shall I use? I'm going to use that one. I'm going to just line that up and cut, and then flip it over So I've got the same one lined up on that corner. I don't know who came up with this method. There's many methods of getting your corner angles the same. This is my favourite. It's less fiddly for my sausage fingers. As you can see, I've got a variety of these cards. There you go. Any angle you could want. Don't have the angle you want. There you go. Have a try a different one. I've had questions about how I make these. They're just random. I just randomly snip corners off. I've no shortage of plastic cards that I don't use anymore. I think most of us have got plenty, haven't we? Right, so let's do some more inking around the top. This could be another mini mass make, I suppose, but I doubt it. I talk too much to get too many done in a mass make. It's a mass mumble, mass waffle, mass chunter, yeah. Oh, I saw, there is a channel out there. I should, oh, what's the proper name of it? Excuse my language if you don't like swearing. The Crappy Crafter. This bloke is so funny. I like him. And I have seen a few subscribers who watch me as well lurking over there in his comments. I think I've joked in past that sometimes I just ought to be called Crappy Crafter. And someone's got a channel called that. It's fabulous. The Crappy Crafter. Last year I did that Christmas Scrapmas, and in my head I'd just got Christmas Crapmas. Sorry, I had. Because yeah, I've got stuff everywhere. I think I'll be into the second year of trying to use what I've got and not buy too much more this year. Have we done all edges? I'm sure I've done some at sides twice while I've been talking. I'm not going to do the other side. It'll take forever. I'm just going to do the pattern side. I don't know if I used them on this one. Which one? That one I used them on. If you look on there, I've just used some of those reinforcement rings. Yeah, around the tops. I did see Margreth at Seven Plaza. Now, I didn't... This is mad. We have spoke about this before. Margreth and I. No, that's posh. In Yorkshire, we say me and Margreth, not Margreth and I. And the amount of times we've come up with the same idea at the same time, or come up with the same idea, then notice one of the others already done it. But you do that anyway with lots of people. But I think I do that more so with Margreth. And she did an accordion tag style thing like this. I will link it actually. But she'd got some pre-made tags that came in a sheet. Which, yeah. So if you did watch that and you don't have the tags in a pre-made sheet, voila, we're making our own out of paper. I've done it out of paper because it's then rather thin, nice and low profile to pop in a junk journal. It's not going to add too much bulk. So we've inked the edges, we've shaped the tag top. I'm now going to, because I'm going to put these reinforcement rings on, this is a 1/4 inch hole. I'm not going to punch it. That is the correct size. If I were going to put metal eyelets on, which I did on that one, but it adds an awful lot of bulk per in. You couldn't put 4 metal eyelets on, so I only put them on the front and the back. I'd use that size. What's that? 3, I don't know, every time I can never remember these. I need it written on wall in a big sign. 1/8 of an inch, so it's basically half the diameter of that hole. See, I'm using this. It's the same size hole you get if you use one of those hole punchers that's made for putting your paper in a folder. You know what I mean, what school kids have. I'm saying that, I don't know if you have them in other countries. We do in UK. Right, so that's my holes done. And I'm going to put some of these on, but I don't want these plain boring white ones. So let's just... I've already done some. I'm going to do some more with you. That's just a piece of paper. I suppose you could make a pretty pattern and use that bit of paper. I suppose I could. I still could, even though I've got those straight edges. It will not end the world, will it? So I'm just coming in. I'm using my Walnut stain ink. Just do it how you want. Scrubby, scrubby. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think it not being perfect makes it look a bit better. I did my last ones rather perfectly in a rush, and I don't think they had as much character. Look, you see those? It's not even. I don't want it even. Some are heavily inked, some are not. The other thing I'm going to do with them in a minute, just want to make sure I've got rid of all the white. I just don't like, I've just inked my finger, yes. Now I look like I smoke 200 cigarettes a day. I've got a water bottle somewhere. It's got to be within reach because I have not got up and moved since I last used it. It's on the floor. Let's get Toad Granny Grabber in. We haven't had Granny Grabber on camera for quite a while. I think that's because I've kept my craft room floor pretty tidy, but I'm at a point now where I can't roll anywhere in my chair without rolling over something. So I have to, yeah, use the old Granny Grabber to pick things up off the floor. Nearly trapped it back on the floor then, didn't I? Right, so I'm just going to spray this lightly with water. I don't want to do it on that piece of paper. Then I'm going to grab my kitchen roll. I mean, you could make some really fancy ones if you wanted and come in with lots of different colours and layers and whatever floats your boat. I just like that effect you get when it's had a bit of water on, and they're good enough for me. You can spend longer on them if you want to. I don't want to. And I'm just going to give them a quick dry with my heat tool. There they are. They're the ones I did before. There's not a lot of difference, but there is a difference. Have I even used a different colour ink? Have I picked a different colour ink up last time? I did. They're vintage photo. They're walnut stain. So, yeah, I've now got two colours. Well, I'll tell you what I could do. So, yeah, they do look a bit cold. Vintage photos are much warmer colour, isn't it? Let's come in with another colour on one of them. I'm going to come in with some walnut stain on top of the vintage photo. That's walnut stain. So these will be even nicer, won't they? When I've put two colours on them. I mean, you could, of course, punch some out. I've got one of those little punches that punches this shape. You could use dies to make these. You could even use a quarter, would it be a 1/4 inch? No, it won't. It'd be like an 3/4 inch circle punch and then punch a 1/4 inch one in the middle. Yeah, there's lots of ways you can get that little circle if you don't have the same tools as I've got. Right, I'm going to put a little bit more water on that. I want to try and get some bigger blobs. Timmy, I don't think I got a bottle that works right. He's like, you get a little spray and you get bigger blobs. It just doesn't happen with mine. It's too stiff. So rather, if you press it all the way, you're supposed to get a fine mist. If you just press it in a little bit, you're supposed to get bigger blobs. I just don't get the blobs. I'm blobless. Don't have enough blobs in my life. I never thought I'd say that. So let's dry that. Yeah, it's just made them a bit more interesting, hasn't it? Yeah, I like them. What does Timmy always say? You do you. I mean, you don't even have to do them brown. You can make them in any colour you want. But I like my vintagey looking brown ones. So grab me a bit of paper. And I'm going to put these on now so I don't forget. That's one. And it makes it look like a tag that you've bought now, doesn't it? But we've made them ourselves. And not only have we made them ourselves, we've made them from paper. I'm not sure what weight this is. I think this is just copy weight paper. You know, because I've printed it yonks ago. Couldn't tell you it brand, couldn't tell you it weight. But it's one of them things that doesn't really matter that much. I always use a decent photocopy paper brand. Copy a card and copy a paper I buy. Colour ones. If I'm going to be printing on it. If I'm just going to tea day it, I'd just buy any old cheapest paper I can. Right, so we've used 8 of those. Have we got them all on? Yeah. So let's fold this up as an accordion. I like the colour on that side. And even then, it's not added an awful lot of bulk for your journal, has it? Right, I'm just going to quickly adjust my lighting and I'll be back with you. And I'm back. Yeah, it's that time of day where it's getting dark again. So, yeah. Right, now let's decorate it. What we're going to decorate it with, again, I'm using up stuff. Now, there's some stuff here that I bought a while back, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. I bought them, and I've not used them because I was none too happy with quality. And these weren't cheap, I'll tell you. They are, how they spell, yeah, Spellbinders stickers. Now, one set I really like. I got this set first, I really liked it. In UK, these are about, I think about £12 to £15 a pack. Yeah, so I won't be putting no links up for you to buy them. I don't know where I've gone from it end. And, you know, we're not, a lot of them are quite blurry. And, yeah, I know they're muted colours, but I would put them more on the side of dull than muted. I do love the stickers, though, at the front. Or are they at the back? I just love them kind of stickers. So then, oh, I'm going to get other 2. And, yeah, not... That's awful. I won't put that on anything. I just wouldn't. It's too dark. I can't even see where it is. What is it? Yeah, I would not. They weren't floating my boat. Not when you can buy a full sticker book and them. Look at that. I'm going to peel one of these off. I don't normally come on and pull products to pieces, but these were expensive. Very expensive. And I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with the die cutting around that sticker. That looks like I've asked one of the kids to cut it out. It really does. And I've done it with their eyes shut. No, that's taking it a bit far. It's not that bad. But yeah, I have used some. Some are good, but I can see me using my favourites out of these. And then I don't even think I'd donate them. I mean, these are beautiful. I love those. So we know they can... I think it's just that they've not picked decent quality images. It's like someone said, yeah, that'll do, and made some stickers. I thought the enemy did that. That'll do. Anyways, enough moaning about them stickers. I might use a few. I did use a few on one tag. Let me show you. Yeah, that was one. This was quite a muted tag. That's good, that's good. That is from a sticker book that I've got. And yeah, for about £1 more than those, it was a lot better value for money, I'll tell you. Yeah, I made loads of these tags. Look, there's one. There's another one. I just kept folding paper. I just did. Because I can. Right, I'm going off on tangents and digressing. Get back to job in hand. Let's decorate this. So I'm going to decorate it with any old bits and bobs that I've got hanging about. Another thing I've got lots of is rub-ons. So I've been using rub-ons. I'm going to use one from here, I think. I'm trying not to let the plastic dazzle you. These are the Create Happiness collection from Stamperia. Or Stamperia, I think we're supposed to call them. So, I just fancy having one of these at bottom. And I think it's going to be that one. Oh, could it be the butterfly? Butterfly. It's going to be butterfly. Now, I know you can take the whole sheet off and just rub the one you want, but that never works for me in rub-ons. I end up rubbing half at one next to it on as well, so I cut out the bit I want and then I pop it on. So I'm going to have that about there. Yeah, normally I'll put something on the butterfly at top. I feel like having that butterfly at bottom today. I'm not rubbing it on yet because I can still move it somewhere else at the minute. I've been busy doing some more fussy cutting while I've been watching telly. So I've got a few bits and bobs. Oh, I've put my flowers away in the box. Yeah, I got myself one of those little tables that you can have up to the sofa. So I can do some fussy cutting while I watch telly. Move that away. And I think that's going to be too wide. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely though? But it's too wide. let's try one of these. I think I might want that single flower. Yeah, I think that one's going to be it. Oh, that one's pretty though, that's very pink. No, I prefer that one with less white on. Or do I want a pink one? What does my mum used to say to me? You'll not kill yourself making a decision, you. So last minute, I just changed my mind about which flower I was going to use. So I'm going to have that on. I want to tick it or something. I've got my text stamp to hand. I think I might put a bit of text. I might stick that on first and put a bit of text round. If you look at this one, I did that on there. I wasn't sure. I didn't really have anything for this really tall thin one, so I put a few butterflies on and then I just filled in the empty spaces with a little bit of text stamping. So I might do that on there. I might want some tickets on. I might use, you know those labels I've just said are really rubbish? Yeah, I'm going to use some of them because I can. Right, somebody's at the door, 2 ticks. I'm back again. Give me a chance to do light again. It were Amazon. Right, that's the sticker book I want. Because there's some tickets in that I like in this one, even though I really don't like that. Just really don't like it. But like this, I like that. I think I want that on. Yeah, that colour goes lovely. Right, I think I'm going to have it going slightly over the edge. I'll use some lines to line it up a bit. Yeah, I'm going to have it going over the edge. So rather than try and get it round the edge, I've just straightened that paper out. There we go. I'll get my bit. Have I done that wonky? Is it wonky? It's a smidgen wonky, but when I stick flour on, you'll never know. You'll never notice. A little bit of a wonky donkey going off there. I'm just trying to make it look straight by altering crease on actual page. Yeah, you'll never know that's wonky when flour's on. Right, so I'll ink that flower around edges. I don't want all that to look stark white. I think it'll look odd if that looks stark white. They were very fiddly to cut out, these. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting. I think I'll have to crack out the Cricut. Oh, I don't know who I was watching a video by recently. I think it might have been Tracy Fox talking about having to recalibrate hers every time she uses it. Yeah, mine's the same. It's a pain. But I suppose if I have a day session of fussy cutting stuff with it and I have to keep recalibrating it to make sure it cuts out properly, I can live with that. That looks much better than having that stark white. Yeah, I think I want another label up here somewhere. I don't know which one. I think I'll use one from here. What we got? I'm not using them butterflies. Really don't like them butterflies. Not going to moan about them again though. Do we want a blue one? No, I think I want just a normal label. Ooh, I like the look of that one. There is a certain convenience in using labels rather than... Yeah, I'm going to put that there. I think I want the edges inking though. Then I have to be really careful that I might need to glue the label. Because I've took all the sticky off on the back of my finger. Yeah, I think there's still enough sticky left on that. Try and get that one on straight, missus. There you go. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to come in and just do a little bit of stamping. There. I'll put that rub-on now. I'm quite sure that's where it's going to go. Whee. Yeah, what I've been tending to do as I've been just finishing off bits and bobs, using up stuff I've got around me, rather than getting a load of one type of thing out and making a load of things that are just about exactly the same. I've just been picking up things from around me and incorporating them into different tags, different journals. You do get a stick with these, I think. But I like my bone folder. Oh, that's lovely, that. I really like these. They're very nice. That's that. So I'm just going to grab my text stamp, which is buried here now. Movie stickers. I am working in like a 6-inch space anyway, because I've got so much stuff on my desk that I want to just use. There we go. I will stamp in. I'm going to use this. I'll use my VAESSEN. It sort of mirrors the colour of the stamping on that. Get your stamp right way up, woman. I think I want to use this bottom bit that's not quite as dense. And I'm just going to put a bit there. Yeah. I'm going to put another bit there. And a bit there. Yeah, it's just filled in that blank space a little bit, hasn't it? So, fasten that up. And I don't know if I'll get away with using glue stick on this. There's too many fiddly little bits. I'm going to use my Barely Arts glue, because that's the one that seems to warp paper the least. Yeah, I've started always linking the Barely Arts glue in my descriptions now, because and the Art Glitter glue, that's the brand name, Art Glitter, because I quite often get questions. So if you go to the description of the video, you can always find my links. Sometimes I'll miss the odd one if it's something new, just jog me on in comments. But what I will say is have a look in description first, because I do quite often get asked for links that are there in description. Pop you there. I want it to go over onto that label a little bit so we don't notice that that label's wonky. There we go. I like that. Now I've got some other rub-ons that I've been using as well. These are... It's going to be a Crafterland shop edge of this desk any minute. Oh, it's happening. You've got too much stuff out, woman. Put some away. Get a bigger desk. Bigger house. Right, yeah, these, it's the Timmy ones. Timmy rub-ons. Just lots of little numbers and bits and bobs. There's always something right size to stick somewhere. It's a bit less messy than getting your stamps out when your desk's a disaster, like mine so often is. And I'm going to use these at bottom because they're hanging off. I'll use that one. And that one. And I want something over here that's a little bit more black. I like that. That little round T to go in that space. There we go. It's not T for two, it's just T for me. Yeah, that's going to go there. It does say T too. It's just for me. There we go. I'll rub it on in a minute, because I do want to put... I think I want something that's not quite so bold, actually, down that edge. What have we got? I think I'm going to have to go in and get another piece out, because the less bold ones are on here. Yeah. Collector, Chronicles, Numbers, Lost and Found. I'm trying not to let these blind you. I like that, Lost and Found. Do you know how I said I'm going to use the ones that are sticking out? No, I'm not. I'm just going to go right to the middle and pick the most awkward word I can find. And that's the one I want. Lost and Found. Don't know why I want that, I just do. So we're going to stick Lost and Found there. There we go. Coming with that. The Timmy ones definitely do come with a little wooden stick, but I lost that. In fact, I remember opening these on camera and I didn't even know they came with a stick, and I used my bone folder. Aha. There we go. That's that. And a little T2. I'm going to open that up. It's easier to do rub-ons when it's just the one sheet on a hard surface. And I'm rubbing it on through 4 sheets of paper there, aren't I? There we go. And yeah, I like that now. That's fine. We don't need anything else on there. So I'm just going to crease my edges one more time. And I'm just going to pop some twine through the top. Ooh. I'll take that elastic band off, woman. Ooh. I've scratched myself with my own nail, and I keep trying to re-scratch myself with my nail now. Talk about clumsy. This elastic band's lost. It's lost its elasticity. Can I say that word? No, I can't. Elasticity. I said it. Yeah, they do though, don't they? Oh. Rubber fatigue. So I've got a bit of peel off rubbish. Get away. I'm just going to pop that through. I'm going to give myself enough to tie a little knot and a bow. Then I'm going to cut it off. And then this one I think I'm going to put into my eclectic junk journal. I think it'll look nice in there. Snip that off. I don't think I tied first, not tight enough. That's better. Now it looks like a bow. It didn't before, did it? And I've gone ahead and pre-made some little charms and bits because they're so fiddly these days for me to do on camera, these. And it's just a little butterfly charm, jump ring, and a little lobster clasp. I've made videos on making those. And I just like that. Right, let's grab the eclectic junk journal. And pop this one in it. So, oh, look at that. Perfect. Oh, it looks every tag I want to put in that front pocket, but that one does look so good in that front pocket. I don't think I want that one in that pocket anymore. There, and in fact I know where this one's going to go. This only just fits in camera because I'm zoomed quite in. I'm going to put that in there. I've struggled to find something I want to put in that pocket, so I'm going to put that in. That's now a turquoise vellum pocket. Yeah, I will do a flip through on this one I've done, but most of the things in it I have done videos on already. Any other new bits of ephemera I'm popping in, as you can see I am doing videos, so I'll add those to the playlist. I made that a long time ago. A long time ago. Yeah, that's got a video. Yeah, that's a video. I did those with napkins and stenciling under the napkin. That's the ones I did in the last video. Yeah, so I've done the decorated bag, a decorated tag, and I think those two just go together lovely. I think they look really nice on that page. Yeah, the butterfly picks out the colours of that shape. It just looks, I love that page. It's not an overly highly decorated page, but it's now got some detail. Yeah. Again, that's just a journal card that I've inked and sewn around the edge of. That doesn't need any explaining. That again, I think I did a video on that. That's just some collage tags. yeah, so you didn't ask for a flip through this, but you nearly got one, didn't you? If you watch me make this, I'll link this as well. It's starting to fill out quite nicely. Just with bits and bobs I've found around and about. Right. This is the other junk journal I'm working on. I've already showed you the tag that I made for that. Have I lost it? No. This one. I want this to be a bookmark in that. So I'm going to pop that in. You see how that's like so? That will hold it in until you decide to use it as a bookmark. So that's going to stay in there. Right. What are we on? We're only on just over half an hour, so I'm going to quickly make one more. This time I'm going to make it with, I'm going to just do it with this. Show you how quick it is if you don't want to decorate. So this is, it's just a collaged, that way woman. It's just a collaged, yeah, receipt, digital, that I stuck on me buy me a coffee. I'm not a whiz with digitals. I don't have any qualifications in graphic design. I don't use Photoshop. I object strongly to the cost of it. I really do. I'm moaning about cost of things a lot today, aren't I? Yeah, I'm one of those people, if there's a cheaper way to do something, I will do it. I use a program called Serif Affinity Publisher. Do I use Publisher? No, I use Designer. I don't even know what I'm using. It's extremely similar to Photoshop. And yeah, but I learn how to do something. If I'm not doing it every day, I'll then forget it. Right, so that's that one. So now let's decide what we want as the front of the tag. I think I want some pink on it, so I think I am going to fold that one. I don't know, I like that. Oh, I like that. That's going to be front. So it is staying as an accordion. It's just now folding out the other way. Yes, I really like that. So I'm going to bring one of my plastic cards in. I mean, this, you can use this method on a book page, on anything. Oh yeah, I want that one. That corner. I was just testing corners. Lord knows what I think when I made that huge corner, because I don't know if I've ever used it. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. That's that. I'm going to punch my hole with my 1/4 inch punch. I'm going to use my DIY reinforcement rings. Yeah, reinforcement rings, that's what we call them in UK. I'll put all others on after. I'll put them on after. So that's that. Give the edges a little ink. I think it's just a good way to add some extra, and it's secret journaling space, isn't it? I suppose it is hidden journaling space, because you're flicking through your journal, you think that's just a tag, and then you realise, look, I've got all that journaling space rather than just that little bit on the back. So yeah, right, I wanted to use this, look, I got this made. It's just a little tag, and I've put 2 rub-ons on it, inked the edge, and I've put it on a piece of ball chain. I really wanted to use it, but it didn't fit the last tag, did it? So there you go. So if you don't want to tie ribbon through, I've just popped a ball chain through. The weight of the ball chain will keep that together while it's in your journal. Well, yeah, I really like that. So there we have it. Tags with hidden journaling space, accordion tags, whatever you want to call them. But the point of today's video as well is use what you've got. You don't have to have the exact same thing that someone is using. I know I always put what I use in my description and where I get it from. That's for the people who want to buy it. I don't tend to make videos very often where you have to have that one thing. There's always something you can do, another method. Yeah, like the corners. You can buy crocodiles that cut your corners off. You can buy dies that cut a tag shape. That's my favourite method. That's what I like. You can buy all sorts of fancy hole punchers. That was a couple of £. That was silly money, but that's silly money that's worth it. I think, what are these, about £30? But I get so much use out of it. It is a bit of a workhorse. But you work to your budget, work to what you've got. You can make anything you want. You just may have to change things up a little bit. Anyway, enough of a rant today, enough of a waffle. And yeah, I'm going to get off and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.